Quigg and CASSIUS IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Lab. We're in Manchester here, somewhere. It's very cold to announce.
It's very cold, isn't it?
Isn't it? High stakes, July 18th, Manchester Arena. Last time I spoke to you was obviously at the Matchroom office, where you and Eddie were trying to force the Frampton fight. Didn't happen.
No, it weren't forced. They were just making
You had
an
a
offer.
check with £1.5 million on live TV. I think you were trying to force it a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Moving on from that.
I wish someone had forced a fight with me with 1.5 million.
But anyway, you did say that, you know, you're not going to wait about. If it's not going to happen, you are going to move on. You have moved on. Kiko Martinez. First of all, people will say that Frampton's already beat Kiko Martinez twice. Obviously beat him to win the world title. What's in it for you to go and fight Martinez after your main rival in the division, domestically or whatever on the world scene, has already done that to him twice? So what would your response be to that?
I mean, at the top level, you know, some fighters come up short and then someone else goes and fight. Look, American fighting Chris Algier, he's getting a bit of stick, but former world champion, and it's, you know, that he didn't get battered. You know, the first time he fought Carl Frampton, stopped in 9. Second time he 12 rounds. But I mean, after the first time Frampton beat him, he went over and beat Jonathan Romero, then Hasegawa. So it doesn't mean he's finished. You know, because he's been beat, he's finished, because he's far from finished, and I'm not thinking this is a finished Martinez. I know this is going to be a very tough fight, but one that I'm confident that the only thing he'll be leaving with on the 18th of July is another loss on his record.
Obviously, Kiko Martinez, like I said, he had a sort of second wind in his career after his first defeat to Frampton to win the world title, defended it a couple of times, and then obviously lost again to Frampton. But he's very confident coming over, and why wouldn't he be as well? And obviously he rates Frampton over you, and he also rates Frampton over Rigondeaux as well. So
yeah, I mean, he'll soon have a different opinion after the 18th. You know, he's a fight that he's not scared of travelling. You know, again, he's travelled all over, and it's a fight that there's no pressure on him. He's coming here with no pressure. You know, when he went, both times he went to Ireland and he was the champion. And, you know, he had the pressure on him. He went over to Atlantic City, there was no pressure. So, you know, this is a big chance for him, and I'm expecting a Kiko Martinez that turns up when he went over to Japan, when he went over to and beat Romero. That's what I'm expecting, that sort of fighter. But even if he turns up, that fighter turns up, I'll be too good for him.
I think Eddie Hearn said in the press conference, on paper, Martinez represents your biggest name to date. Should you have already had a Martinez type person in your career by now, Scott?
I mean,
I asked this to your trainer,
but that's no fault of my own. Do you know, I mean, it's what people perceive in it. You know, I should have a name on my record, and I mean, Randall Monroe beat Martinez twice. You know, I fought Jason Booter, but what I mean is, you've got, just because it's not been. I agree.
It's not for the want of you not wanting these fights.
That's what I'm looking for.
It is not for the want of you wanting fights.
You know, and ideally, I would have liked to have 4 or 5 of them on my record. You know, because they're the fights I want to be in.
But I mean, like I said, there's Martinez on the 18th. There's huge talk of a potential fight with Donaire after that. Eddie Hearn said he's talked to Top Rank about that. So these fights that all these people have been crying out for you to have, they're now going to start rolling in.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think you could build a show as a better name, High Stakes, because this fight is, you know, it's a dangerous fight, it's a very tough fight, but what it could lead to afterwards, you know, the Donaire, Carl Frampton, them sort of fights, they're big, massive fights. So any slip-ups, then they're at the window. So this fight is really, you know, high stakes. You know, you can't, any slip-ups and then them fights go out the window. But again, I look forward. I wake up every morning because I know this is a fight that I've got to be at my best. Nothing good enough, except for my best, is going to beat him, and it's one that people are going to see the best Scott Quigg they've seen.
Somewhere in the back of your head, do you feel like you have to better the performances of Carl Frampton or not?
I knew that question would come in, and I thought it would be asked more today. But the main thing to me is win. You know, you're gonna people, the media, the fans, and the public. You know, they're the ones who are gonna make comparisons. Do you know, some people are going there and then I'll knock Martinez out in 9 rounds, same as Frampton did. But people also say, "Oh, Frampton did it," but people have opinions, and that's all it is. When you've got opinions, that's what makes a fight a massive fight. That's why people want to see me and Frampton fight, because there's so many different opinions on who's going to win. So people are going to compare it, but it's only going to build the fight.
Don't refer to me as media. I'm not media. I'm just a knob with a camera. That's all I am. Just a chancer with a camera.
Do you not want to plug your Periscope again?
I love Periscope. Right on Periscope. I follow one person on Periscope, it's Joe Gallagher. That's all I follow. You mentioned, obviously, attempts in the past to sort of get the Santa Cruz and Frampton thing. People will always say, because he is the super champion in your weight, what about Rigondeaux?
Yeah. Listen, there's definitely a fight that I want, but it's all about timing. You know, you want to fight the best in the division, but when you've got Kiko Martinez, you've got Leo Santa Cruz, Carl Frampton, are going to be more exciting. They've got a more style that's going to. More people want to see them fights. People would rather see me fight Leo Santa Cruz, Carl Frampton, or Donaire before they'd rather see me fight Rigondeaux. And that's vice versa with all the others as well. You know, so it's what's you can't Rigondeaux's his skill, and rightly he's named pound for pound best in the division, but it's not that scared. There's options, you know. There's options out there.
Do you know what it is? I think it's because you've got this version of the belt here. He's got the super. If you had, if you had the IBF,
is the paper version.
According to people, this is no. If you had the IBF or the WBA or the WBC, one of them, people probably wouldn't have mentioned Rigondeaux as much. Honestly, I truly believe that. The fact that you've got this belt, he's got the super belt. And it's like, well, why don't you fight him? It's like, why don't you make that fight then?
Do you know he's got the super duper belt?
I don't know. I think Joe Gallagher's got that in his house somewhere. But do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I truly believe that if, say, you had one of the other belts,
yeah,
then people wouldn't link you as much. And, well, what about Rigondeaux? What about Rigondeaux? But they just look at that. But listen, you're a fighter. I'm sure whether it's Donaire, Rigondeaux, whoever these people are, you'll given the opportunity, you'll step in with them. The best is to come from Mr. Quigg.
Correct.
Can see it.
Correct.
See it. All right. You got anything else to say? Yeah. No. Did you know that Froch beat Groves in front of 80,000 people at Wembley?
I did hear that, and I did hear he was doing a lot of swimming and chopping wood as well.
Chopping trees for the power, apparently. For the power, so.
And I did hear Floyd Mayweather was copying his training regime.
Rumours. How's the chip shop going?
Good.
Yeah.
I tell you what, a lot of tickets will be flying out of that chip shop as well.
Yeah, it's good. I've got to come to this chip shop in Bury.
To make sure I get.
What else do you do? Because I'm on a bit of a no carb thing at the minute, Scott. So what could you offer at the moment?
What? You're on the what?
No carbs at the minute. So battered fish and chips.
I thought you were struggling walking up them stairs with like a manager.
I'm all right. What are you laughing at, Andy? I'm going to visit your shop once.
You need to.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll do a shift in the shop.
Yeah.
In the chip shop.
I'll get it on Periscope, your Periscope.
Yeah, you get it on my Periscope. I'll do a shift at your chippy. Yeah?
Yeah.
Every ticket I sell for July 18th, what? 60%?
You can have
60-40, or is that not fair?
I don't know. 60-40 to the winner. That's fair. And the punters are always the winner.
All right, okay, no problem. All right, Scott Quigg, listen, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. This show is going to get bigger and bigger as the weeks go on, listening to Eddie Hearn. So, July 18th, high stakes.
Jobs are good.
Thank you very much.